So, if you haven't seen it yet, the New York Times recently broke an article out about all of the awful things that are happening specifically in chains and retail pharmacy. It is a mess, and if you're a pharmacist, you already know these things. Everyone has been saying this for years now, and yeah, the public now maybe knows a little bit more. But I wanted to talk about it from a pharmacist perspective. I wanted to confirm to you, if you're not a pharmacist, hey, all these things are true. But on the regular, I am talking with dozens of pharmacists a week, and the things that are said in this New York Times article it's just a snapshot of what these pharmacists tell me. They've all told me things like, I feel like I am a danger to patients. They tell me that they don't feel like they're actually helping people. They just feel like they're checking scripts all day, and they're just trying to make their company more money. I didn't know if I wanted to make this video, but when I spoke with a pharmacist yesterday, and she has been unemployed for 2 months. And the reason why she quit was because she told me her employers were pushing her to get patients off of their chemotherapy and onto cheaper drugs. Maybe not the most effective, but cheaper drugs. And that's when I knew, okay, I've got to say something here. Everyone knows right now that our profession is not our own. People can't just quit their jobs and start up a business. They could try, but it's certainly not easy if you're going to go compete with the big boys. And not every pharmacist is admittedly brave enough to quit their job because of patient safety, because they feel like it's ethically not right, because many of them are breadwinners for the family or the sole provider. And if they quit their job, there is no guarantee in today's market that they are going to find another job. Right now, the average job search we're finding for people who just quit their job and they're unemployed, sometimes it takes up to 18 months, 2 years even. And that's scary. One thing that I kind of wanted to highlight from this article is this juxtaposition. Our profession, I would argue, is very much in large part not our own anymore. It's owned by corporations, these giant conglomerations of companies that control what we do. Their executives are on our boards of pharmacy. They are in our institutions, our academic institutions, and they are dictating some kind of scary things. Quick story. I recently went to my state association's annual meeting in my very small area of the Upper Peninsula. If you don't know what it looks like, it's this tiny little place here. In this meeting, there was a law update. And in this update, they were urging pharmacists to take action and to sign something to say to the government, this is a bad idea. I won't say who, but a major healthcare organization had pushed forward a law that would make it so that a pharmacist didn't have to be in a pharmacy in order for it to remain open. You see, this company has a software that allows this perfect integration for a pharmacist in one pharmacy to manage another separate building of a pharmacy, and a pharmacist doesn't have to be there. What? What is happening to pharmacy? We have lost control over our profession, and this law is passed now. It got through, I believe, the House of the Senate in Michigan. This is insane. How could this be? Can you imagine a patient walking into a pharmacy wanting to ask a question and being told by a technician, there's no pharmacist here? But here you can check in this little screen and talk to the pharmacist over in another building who is undoubtedly overburdened by how much work they have to do. This is going to become a reality, sadly, in Michigan. And it's all because of a corporation pushing forth a law that allows them to make money on a software service. It's not like they can just pick themselves up and say, we're not going to take this anymore, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. We're not going to take this anymore, PBMs. We're going to fight. Something has to change. And I don't know if it's going to come from pharmacy, from our profession, the push to cause a change. I don't know if we are powerful enough. It's a sad thing to say something like that, that we have lost our profession to the corporations. This is what has happened to us. This like deadening of our profession that has just made us be like this glorified technician who just does a job. I mean, what's even kind of more frustrating about the New York Times article is the very picture that they use to show what a pharmacist does at the very top is them counting pills. This is what the public thinks of us, and everyone in the associations and academia and our thought leaders, we have been pushing to change that image, but the public hasn't changed. So if the public hasn't changed their perception of what a pharmacist does, what makes, I suppose, any of us think that the public is going to fight to change pharmacy? Another case in point was that technician that got away with pretending to be a pharmacist for what, 10 or 11 years in California? If that's not the biggest case study of tech check tech, where a technician just checks another technician's work, for those of you who don't know, I don't know what is. Because as far as we know, there hadn't been a case where someone got hurt. So what the blippity blip is a pharmacist doing to help people in a chain pharmacy when a technician can just pretend to do it for 11 years and get away with it? I'm sad, I'm frustrated, and I do feel helpless. Even coffee isn't making me feel better. If you're a patient and you're watching this video, know that your pharmacist cares about you. Every one of us joined our profession because we enjoy helping other people. We didn't join pharmacy because we wanted to make one of the big corporations more money. But please understand that your pharmacist has so many pressures being placed on them to fill a certain amount of scripts, to check a certain amount of scripts, to call up insurance companies to try to problem solve, to answer a drive-through window question, to give vaccines, to do all of these different things in your community pharmacy. And they are likely feeling a little frustrated themselves. And if you didn't know this, pharmacists, according to the CDC, hold the 14th highest suicide rate. There are stresses in our world, and I want you to be with us, to fight on our side, to say to the government, there needs to be some changes. We need some new laws to protect pharmacy because our profession has left us. We no longer control things. We need your help. And I hate to leave this like on a sour note. These things are true. Things are bad. And there's no sign of them improving. In fact, things are only getting worse as these big corporations are trying to figure out how to remove their most expensive healthcare personnel from their budget sheets. Things can get better. I know that to be true. Whether it's leaving a job into a new one or it's trying to change the current system that we do have. There are people out there that are fighting for pharmacy and they're doing an amazing job. So next time you see a pharmacist, tell them that you love them. Tell them that they matter. Tell them that they are good at what they do and you know that they care. Just try to encourage them. Next time you walk into a chain pharmacy at your Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, try to get their attention, even just for a brief moment, and say, good job, keep up the good work. Because sometimes being a pharmacist in these settings is a thankless job. And just telling them thank you can help at least brighten up their day, maybe just a little bit. Thanks for watching this video. My hope is that we can get something done, that we can change pharmacy. But until then, let's keep trying. Is it okay for the happy pharmacist to not be happy? I think I'm done getting angry about this. Time to end the video. Who cares? Like,